but we would like to thank, as we get in this Turner Construction and all their subcontractors for what they've done. I've been over here a couple of times and watched them, and they've worked through some tough weather and gone through some a lot of problems when you build something like this. But it's really going to be nice. It's really great to know that this city has 3 great outdoor arenas, in Paul Brown Stadium and the Great American Ballpark, and now Nippert Stadium. I don't think there's a city in the country that has something like this, and we're excited to be a part of it. It's going to bring a lot to the city and the community and university. It's second to none in college football because of the on-campus stadium in the middle of campus. Gives our students great access, gives our alumni great access, and we can see it every day. And I think that's important in college football. You know, when people are cutting back in college sports and some teams are actually dropping sports, we're adding. And that's a testament to our Board of Trustees and Dr. Ono for his insight on understanding the significance of athletics and academics that go hand in hand. Our enrollment's growing, this campus is growing, we're building right and left, and we want to be as much as part of it as anything. And their foresight a few years ago with Bob Goen being athletic director of starting all the new facilities, and then Whit Babcock having the notion and to go to the Board of Trustees and really ask for something like this, and times when times are tough, and then the people here at the University of Cincinnati stepping up and saying, hey, we need to get this and do it right. And so we're excited about that. A lot of people involved. A lot of people had a hand in this. A lot of donors, people buying the suites and things like that. You know, it's important that we recognize them. But now it's time to play. This thing's not going to be all the way finished. They're going to be working on it for a few more months. But this will be the opening this weekend, and hopefully we get off to a great start on the field and here in the new stadium in terms of everything pleasing the people that come, because we want to attract more fans, more alumni, more what I call walk-on fans, because every university has a huge number of fans that did not go to the university but just want to follow the athletic programs at that university. So I think this is going to be a gateway to make some of that happen, and again, we need to do our part, but it's going to be fun to watch as we go through this. Our football team's worked hard. This is our 4th week of practice. College 2-a-days and college of workouts are very hard. Our guys have put probably over 1,000 hours of work since last January into the situation where you know, we can participate this Saturday. They're excited about playing. Everybody looking at us as a possible team to win our conference and all that. You know, this is a new team, and I tell that to our players. I don't care how many players you got coming back. It's new personality, new things that you need to do, and you got to get things done. So it should be fun to watch as we start this season this Saturday. A lot of things will be going on. We have Alabama A&M coming in. I don't know what to expect. They've got a relatively young team. Almost all their defense is back. They didn't have a great season last year, but they did lose 4 or 5 games by a total of about 15 points. And their coach is he's very organized. He understands what he wants to do. He's looking for a quarterback on offense. So it'd be one of those kind of like we're all rolling the dice this week in terms of what we're going to see, and, you know, in the way of what Alabama A&M does on offense and defense. But really the first game is more about you, your team, and what you plan and how you get focused and how you practice the last few months, few weeks. So our guys are ready to play. We've been very fortunate. We have not had significant injuries in a very physical camp at higher ground, and coming back here for 2 weeks, we're going to be close to full speed. Now we just need to keep that luck on our side and keep everybody healthy as we build this team and try to get better week in and week out. But I'm excited for our seniors. We'll have 22 guys that will have their degree by the time we get to Christmas on this football team, and you know, they're excited about this season. This group is really focused in terms of leadership and what we want to do and how we want to do it. They understand the pressure of being defending conference champs and then being picked to win again this year. So a lot of pressure on a bunch of young guys that have worked awfully hard to try to make things come to fruition. But it should be a fun season. new digs, new things that we can enjoy. Glad to be home, glad to be coming home to Nippert. Just going back and looking at last year's season, we did not have a home game. We had a schedule that was horrific in terms of not playing really till around the 1st of October. No open dates, and we still won part of the championship. So I'm proud of the team that went through what they went through last year to sacrifice for what we're sitting and standing in today. So should be a fun time. Looking forward to it. The sky's the limit, and this building that we're standing in right now is going to really enhance University of Cincinnati athletics and the football team and the university as we go from here. Questions?
Coach, the conference has a championship game. A little about that. First time UC's ever been in something like that?
Yeah, I think it's unique, but I think it's needed. I think every conference needs a championship game because we do have the +1 now where you have the top 4 teams at the end of the year. I think a team from our conference will have an opportunity to possibly play in that +1. We're going to have to go, some teams are going to have to go undefeated, play very well, and have a competitive schedule, plus win the conference championship now probably at their home stadium, because if you're highly ranked enough to be even a significant team that has a chance to get in that, you'll be very highly ranked. And of course, winning 12 regular season games and a 13th game would give somebody in this conference an opportunity. So it's what I like about it is you have 2 divisions. Most people don't think about this, but you have 2 winners. You have a East and a West winner, and then you have an overall winner. And so there will be a lot more players that will have an opportunity to say that they had some kind of championship underneath their belt, possibly as they go through their 4 or 5 years at a university in this conference. So I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I've played in coached in conference championship games. They're hard. It's just like another game. You play it the next week. It's not a bowl game atmosphere. It's nothing but another game that you have to play that's going to be hard fought, and everybody will be scratching and clawing to win their division, and then scratching and clawing trying to get to the position where they can host that game, which would be the highest ranked team in the polls coming out of the regular season.
What about Gunner's progress this year as opposed to last year, where he stands now?
Yeah.
In the season?
Gunner's got a lot of room for improvement once we get to games. If I ranked him last year in his season from 1 through 13, I'd rate him probably a C to C plus, no higher than that. He only finished 7 of our 13 games. Last year, he had the luxury of thinking, I'm the starting quarterback, but we actually have a quarterback here that's been 6 years that everybody loves, that I can turn the reins over to, and if I'm not getting it done, he can. And we're talking about Munchie Legault. Munchie had kind of the microphone during the season with the players, which I was fine with. Munchie came in and won some games for us, but Munchie's gone. Now the microphone's in Gunner's hand. He has got to run this team, and he's got to be our spokesman in the dressing room with our players, offense and defense. He's got a lot of growing up to do. He's got some weapons that he can use. He's got to use them better than he did last year. He can't have a bad game. Quarterbacks, you can have all the players around the quarterback, but the quarterback's got to get it done. They got to get it done the right way, and it all starts with him. Gunner's leadership is much improved. We go back and look at last year, he was a freshman. He was a freshman that played pretty well in terms of stats, but in terms in the eyes of a head coach and an offensive coordinator, there was a lot out there that he could really improve on. So, saying that, we're expecting Gunner to really take a huge step forward this season in running the offense, getting us in the right play, and then making the play, and then being able to finish more games. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to play him hurt, but last year he knew that if he was a little bit banged up, that Munchie probably could get the job done with him being a little injured. But this year there's no luxury. We have a very adequate backup quarterback that is a redshirt freshman that's never played in Hayden Moore, and he's practiced well. He's going to be a good football player. He's going to be a heck of a quarterback here at the University of Cincinnati. He is not ready to play, in a situation that Munchie went in last year and had to take over when we're either down or even or had to keep a lead. Now, if he has to, he can do it, but will he perform as well as Munchie? Probably not early going. So we've got to get him into the game as much as we possibly can.
We've heard the defense playing with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder this year after just see the numbers from last year. They hear people talk about how maybe it's not a strength. For you as a coach, how does it make it any easier to coach a group of kids that are so hungry to prove something?
Yeah, first of all, they've got to recognize that how bad we were, and they heard it directly from me. First 4 games, we were bad, and we were winning on offense. We couldn't get anything done consistently, and there was a lot of factors for that. We have no excuse this year. We have better players, we have more players, we have more depth. The area that we're not as fortunate is some places with experience, but this defense has practiced hard. They've had a chip on their shoulder. They understand that they were the weak link in a lot of games last year, but they got stronger. They did exactly what we'd ask of them. I called them out in team meetings. I called them out in front of the offense. I called them out in front of themselves, the coaches. Call them out in front of you guys part of the time. And so it is what it is. All you got to do is look at the scoreboard. Now we've got to play better. We've got to coach better. But I think we've got a better idea of what we want to do with the players that we have. We've been struggling in terms of experience. There's some areas like linebacker this year that we don't have the experience of a Jeff Luke or a Nick Temple, but we're better athletically. We've got more depth. We've got more guys that can play. Last year we had 14, 15, possibly 16 guys that could play major college football on defense. This year we're closer to 25. We've been out recruiting and trying to bring in as good athletes as we possibly can, and that's even continuing to get better. So defense will be better. How much, we'll have to wait and see. It'll be done right out there on that field and some visiting teams' field as we go through the season. But yes, we have really addressed that starting last January. Really, we started it when I first got here recruiting defensive players. And I'm excited for some of the guys that we have on the team. Whitty being our senior leader in the secondary, him being back has really helped. He got hurt in the Toledo game, opening game last year, tore his groin muscle, and was not right the rest of the year, never played again. And so him being back for the 6 years really, really helped. And then on the defensive line, Silverberry Muhan is our team leader there, and his efforts and actions and his work ethic showed with the defense is really going to go a long way with a young defensive line that we have, and most will be back for several years. So this defense will only get better from here because of the youth that we have and the athletic ability.
Anything else?
I want to show you that each week what we will do is I want to show our fans what we're going to wear. This will be what our players will be dressed in. Obviously, everybody knows, unless you've been under a rock for the last few months, that Under Armour has stepped out and put a huge investment in the University of Cincinnati. They didn't have to do that. They have really gone out there and said, we want to be part of what's going on here, and they're I would say the fastest growing sports enterprise in the country, maybe in the world, and we're excited about being part of it. Now, I was with them for 13, 14 years before this, and I've been really amazed at what I've seen since I was gone for a few years after leaving Texas Tech, and how they've grown in terms of the quality of their material and the engineering of their shoes and those things. And it's been nothing but to this point a great marriage between us and Under Armour. So we want to thank them and them coming out and supporting what we're doing, and those fans out there that are UC fans, buy Under Armour, University of Cincinnati gear. Show your support, through that avenue. And there's a lot of other things out there, but we do want you to wear that. And each week we'll also show what the coaches will wear. We even got sunglasses on right there. I work out every day hoping I look like that, in the near future. But it's great to have a partner like Under Armour to make that big move to really help us out in a situation where now we can come back to a new stadium, come back and dress in all this new gear that the youth of this country are really excited about, and it's really going to help recruiting immensely, and it's already shown. We've got 16 commitments. We got one of the top recruits in this state that's from this area that's committed to us. That I would say 2 years ago we would have not had an opportunity to got that commitment if we not had the $500 million put in the facilities we have here in the last 6 or 7 years, and the growth and the partnership that we have now with Under Armour. Any other questions?
Yeah, Tommy, obviously the stadium is a lot of it's for the fans, making it more convenient for them. But is there something, as from a coaching standpoint, that bowled you over when you saw it or you like it from a coaching standpoint that makes your job easier?
Yeah, coaches, when you're at home, you always look for one thing. You look for a home field advantage, and that's yet to be seen in terms of what this structure on this side has done for our crowd noise. Now, it was very loud before, and I'm hoping it's really going to enhance it, because you look for that area that, you know, the stadiums I've been over the years where you dread going in there and knowing the communication is really going to struggle. You know, if you're the visiting team going into that stadium. We want to create that here. We want to create a buzz when teams come in here, which they're going to now. Now that we've got this stadium, we're going to be able to get teams from every conference to come to Nippert Stadium and play. And we want them to say when they come in, number one, they're going to be, well, do we want to schedule them? Number two is, you know, they're going to have to really prepare for crowd noise, the home field advantage, and, you know, a huge surgent of students, which we've sold more season tickets this year than we've ever sold. We've sold a lot more student tickets, and that's where your noise comes from. And so I'm anxious to see how it looks and how it sounds as a head coach, because that's really the area that you look for to have that advantage when you're the coach and you're playing at home.
Anything else? All right,
Thank y'all. Appreciate you coming out.
So what'd you think the first time you saw this place?
I thought it was incredible. Honestly, I mean, just watching it transform into what it is now, it's awesome. I mean, it's huge. So really looking forward to Saturday.
How much better prepared do you feel this year going to the opener as opposed to last year with the same situation?
Oh, a ton better. I mean, honestly, just having so much more confidence in myself and the team. I mean, coming in my second year as a starter, so I mean, I know what to expect, and I'm on the same path as the wide receivers, running backs, and offensive line. So I'm in full control of the offense, so it feels great.
Gunnar, do you have any expectations for what this would be like, the stadium, before you saw it?
Honestly, no. I mean, watching it, I mean, transform into what it is now, it was kind of amazing. I mean, how fast it went up and what all it is now. I mean, it's crazy how big it is and how much time and effort went into it. I mean, they did a great job, and looks really good.
You've never played here before. What do you think that's going to be like compared to Paul Brown Stadium?
Oh, it's going to be awesome. I cannot wait, honestly. It kind of feels like last year at this time whenever I was waking up every day with the pregame jitters and asking guys what it was like to play in a college game. So now I'm asking guys what it's like to play in Nippert Stadium. So
What do they tell you?
it's awesome to be ready to run out of the tunnel. It's a special feeling. So I'm really looking forward to it.
What do you guys, a game like this, you're probably a pretty heavy favorite. What do you want to get out of this game?
I mean, honestly, we're taking it the same way as we take every game, to come out fired up. I mean, not to underestimate our opponent. I mean, Alabama A&M is a great team. They're very explosive. They're very athletic. So we just got to come out and be explosive, do the little things, and just focus on us. And one thing that we really need to work on is coming at halftime and being fired up, because a lot of times last year we really struggled the third quarter of coming out and being explosive and do the little things. So I think this year we're going to come out and just play our game and just be in control of what we can control, and just go out there and play hard and compete all 4 quarters.
You come from a family of starting quarterbacks. Your brother started in college. Dusty was in Indiana. Did they talk to you about the transition from high school to college and offer any advice to you?
Oh yeah, I mean, talking with my oldest brother Drew and middle brother Dusty, and just to come out and the game's going to be a lot faster. Just to go out there and be explosive, go out there and take control of the offense, and just have full confidence in yourself and your teammates. So I think I've done a great job of coming out and just knowing that it's not going to come down to me, that it's a team sport, that I have 10 other guys on the field that are going to go out there and compete, and they're going to get the job done.
Any things in particular you worked on during this offseason, and what are your impressions on how you progressed in those areas?
For me, I mean, I had to come out and understand that I threw a lot of picks last year. I needed to do a better job of controlling the ball, and at the same time, I need to do a better job of keep myself safe. I mean, not getting those late hits, not getting injured, and understanding that I'm going to have to play all these games, and I can't come out and at half and not play. So I think I've done a great job of getting in the weight room, having a better diet, and getting with our strength staff and training staff, and just working on the little things.
How frustrating was that when that happened to you last year? A lot of times you couldn't finish the game.
Oh, it was awful. I mean, it's very frustrating for me as a competitor. I mean, to be taken out of those games, it was awful, honestly, just because I want to be out there with my teammates and do whatever I can to win football games. And whenever I came out, it was frustrating. So I think this year I'm going to pride myself on getting rid of the ball sooner, getting in the better line protection, and just being smarter with the ball.
You had a few days there, a week or so ago, where you were sick. I assume you're okay now. You feel like you're playing well, throwing the ball well?
Oh, I feel great. Yeah, I feel really good. I mean, being sick at higher ground is probably one of the worst things that could happen to you. But I mean, I bust my butt and did whatever I could to get on the field. I mean, I'm going to play sick, play hurt, do whatever I can to get the respect of the guys and to understand that I'm a tough player, and I'm going to do whatever I can to be on the field with them.
Why is it worse being sick at higher ground?
Just being alone. I mean, you got really no one to lean on. You're in the middle of nowhere. Your bed's small. You're doing football 24/7, so you just kind of feel like if you feel awful, and then you don't really have anywhere to go. So if you're playing football 24/7, you can't really lay down and relax. It's a grind 24/7.
How hard is it to ease back into being a student when you're so excited about the upcoming season?
Honestly, it helps. It helps a ton being a student, just because, I mean, you go out and you go to class and you just become a normal student again. So I love it. I love going on. I love going to class and seeing other people and meeting other students. And I think that I'm friends with a lot of regular students. I mean, they're not athletes, so it's kind of nice. I mean, it's because you go back from being a quarterback and kind of getting a lot of attention, and you don't really deserve a lot of the attention, but it just kind of comes on to you. I mean, a lot of guys on the team deserve it much more than I do. The offensive line, the running backs, wide receivers, I'm just a quarterback. So it feels good just to be around guys that are going to treat you like a student first and not a quarterback or an athlete.
Obviously, as a quarterback, you want to throw every down. How important to be a little bit more balanced this year and maybe have the running game complement what you guys can do in the air?
Oh, it's great. It's great. I mean, to have our three-headed running back it's incredible with Jose and Tion and Mike. Those guys are incredible athletes, and they're going to do a great job of running the football. So it opens up a lot of holes for us. I mean, we're going to do a lot more play-action pass. I mean, a lot more me on the move, throw on the run. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, it helps having a great run game. It opens up a lot of holes for our pass game.
Does it feel like that allows you to be a better quarterback, knowing that the defense has to worry about more things than just you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's great, honestly, just because we can do a lot more. We can bury a fake and throw like this little pop pass off of it, which is awesome. I mean, it's going to have to those linebackers are going to have to be worried about coming up and worrying about our running backs busting out a run, because I mean, it's going to take a lot more people than just one person to bring those guys down. They're hard-nosed football players. They run the ball with authority, and it's going to be interesting what they're going to do this year.
With the new stadium, is it almost felt with players that it's like launching a new era for UC football right now?
I think so, just because, I mean, we're the first ones to come out here and play in the new stadium. I mean, this is, to me, one of the best stadiums in the country. I mean, it's huge. It's going to pack a lot of people, and it's going to be interesting to see people's faces and reactions when they come in here and see how loud it is and see all the people and students getting interacted with the game. So, I mean, for us, it's a great opportunity to come out and show what we have and what we're going to do.
What if you guys coming back? How do you temper the confidence and say, we know we should be good, but how do we make sure we're good?
I mean, for us, it's just understanding that we do have a lot of studs on our team, that if we play as a team, that we're going to do special things. It's just everyone buying in, everyone being accountable, no one slacking off, and just trusting Coach Tuberville, Coach Grant, trusting Coach Grant, trusting Coach Klink on what they're going to do. So I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what we're going to do, and if everyone's accountable and buys in, then we're going to be a special team. I mean, what's great is we don't really have any selfish players. Everyone gets along greatly. There's no I player. There's no player who wants the attention. I mean, we're a team that gives back and has each other's backs, and that's what I love about our team.
From your perspective behind center, what's different about this defense this year, and why should we expect a better year from them than the struggles they had last year?
I mean, our defense is super hard-nosed this year. I mean, they're coming in with a huge chip on their shoulder. I mean, they read articles where they get bashed and criticized for what happened to them last year. So, I mean, they're coming out with a chip on their shoulder. Very underlooked, but, I mean, our defense is nasty. They get after it. They rally to the ball. I mean, there's not just one guy tackling. It's a whole unit of guys to the ball making tackles. So, I mean, our D-line with our Captain Silver and Muhan is great. And then we got Adrian Whitty who came back, which is huge for us, just because Whitty has so much respect from the guys and has so much game knowledge that he can help the younger guys, and there's always a next guy in. So I mean, we have so much depth now at defense that if one guy goes down, then another guy can come in and replace him. And I mean, they're good, and they gave us a great look this camp and in spring and in summer. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do, and I have full trust in our defense.
Could you feel that compared to last year that they were doing things that maybe you got away with last year that you weren't getting away with this camp?
Oh yeah. I think I mean, they did a great job disguising different defenses, and it was tough to see what they were doing sometimes, which helped us a ton on offense. So I love what our defense is doing, and I can't wait to see what they're going to do.
One more. Kind of along the same lines of being a new era. I know you say you're just a quarterback, but it's an important position. Do you embrace kind of what you can do for this program? You guys do go out there and perform as well as you think you should.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just doing whatever I can to help the team. So I mean, if we're going to run the ball the entire game, so be it. I'm going to do whatever I can to get a win and to be there for my teammates. And at the beginning of the year, we had a team meeting, and at the time I was going to be an Uber driver. So I told the guys that, hey, if you ever need anything, that I was going to be there for them. So for me, I just want to be a great team player, a guy that guys can rely on, and just be an accountable quarterback, just to be the captain and leader of the program that I need to be.
Thank you, Gunnar.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.